think voting is so important because we need to remember that the people we send to Washington, D.C. work for us. We so frequently get so distanced from them that we begin to think we're just recipients of what they want to give us. But the reality is we need to vote because we choose the people who have our values, who want what we want for our families and what we want for our neighbors. We hope they will vote in accordance with our values. But if we don't vote, we don't get to say they're not doing what we ask them to do, because when we vote for someone, that's when you have the right to say, this is what I'm sending you to do. But if you don't vote, you don't get to commission people to service.
Well, I think based on the Catholic social teaching, it calls us as Catholics and as Christians to participate in decisions that not only impact us, but to participate in decisions that affect the common good. And so if we're going to talk about issues related to our country or issues that are related to improving the economic and income capacity of all people, it's what the gospel calls us to. The gospel calls us to be actively engaged and actively involved in issues that impact my local neighborhood, my state, my nation, and world as well.
You know, I think people look to people of faith for the moral authority that they bring, their credibility, and I think also people of faith bring hope, and that's something that everyone needs. We all need to have something to aspire for, to have vision for, to have hope for. So our being at the table, I think, is critical to the conversation.
And I want to say that voting this election cycle is probably the most important act you can do in 2016. For me, I know that voting is how we as a society come together. It's how I exercise my faith in action, but beyond that, it's also how we as a democracy make decisions. It is being a part of our constitutional government. Voting is at the heart of who we are, and we need you involved. We're having a contest. We want to get your school involved in TurboVote. The reason we're promoting TurboVote is that it's a one-stop shopping place. It helps you register, it helps you know where your polling place is, it gives you reminder dates for when you need to be involved and when you need to get your ballot back if you're doing absentee. All the colleges and universities around the country, we're inviting you to participate as a university to get as many people as possible to register through TurboVote. We think having a little competitive edge might get more people involved. So if you're the winning college campus, your prize is me for a day. But I'll tell you, the thing that excites me about going to different college campuses is that I always learn so much. I learn from you what matters. I learn what your campus experience is, and I learn how we need to heal our nation. But I also want to say, I want to share with you what I see in terms of putting people, not economic profits, at the center of our national conversation. I think together we could have some really great conversations. So join us in this contest. Hope you win.